PayPal's global head of developer evangelism, Jonathan LeBlanc, is pushing implantable brain chips as a replacement for passwords, but insists that such technology must be made to fit inside cultural norms before it is accepted by the general public. In a presentation called Kill All Passwords, LeBlanc admits that the future of authentication security is, quote, going to get creepy as traditional passwords are phased out due to their innumerable security flaws. LeBlanc envisages using brain chips to measure thought patterns so that childhood memories could be invoked by the user to unlock their computer.
If you're measuring thought patterns, think of the future of identification on that source. You walk up to your computer and go to unlock it, and what happens is you're thinking, I'm thinking of a memory back when I was a child, and that's my unlock code. Brain patterns directly to laptop. Amazing piece of identity and something that really no one can have because it's a memory.
LeBlanc also discusses how biohacking companies are already using embedded NFC and RFID tags to unlock doors. In January, the BBC reported on a company in Sweden that was implanting its workers with computer chips under the skin in order for them to access the building.
It's making our lives easier. I think people will actually welcome this tool to make their lives easier.
And is there a sort of wider philosophy behind it?
We are early adopters of this technology. We experiment with it. We learn it, how it works, because I think that there might be a day when the taxman or the big corporates will come to us and say, hey, try this chip, try this implant. And then we, the biohackers who understand this technology, we will be able to question their proposals.
Daily ID chips with Wi-Fi sensors could also be swallowed by employees to provide secure authentication, says LeBlanc. PayPal is currently working with partners to get the ball rolling on such technology, a process LeBlanc says is part of the payment processor becoming a thought leader on the transition. I can't speculate as to what PayPal will do in the future, but we're looking at new techniques. We do have fingerprinting scanning that is being worked on right now, so we're definitely looking at the identity field, LeBlanc told the Wall Street Journal.
But realistically, the ones that will succeed, whether it's embeddable, ingestible, injectable, or what have you, are the ones that are going to play into cultural norms, the ones that are going to meet the demands of the populace overall, of all the people around, and not be creepy. So even though they seem creepy at the current time, the future are going to be the ones that hit those cultural norms.
LeBlanc's identification of cultural norms as a major hurdle to be overcome before the public becomes comfortable with wearable ID technology or implantable chips echoes similar sentiments made by Google executive Regina Duggan. During a 2013 D11 conference, Duggan said that Google was working on an ingestible microchip that would turn a user's entire body into a biological authentication system for cell phones, cars, doors, and other devices. The company is also developing a wearable e-tattoo that can decipher a user's thoughts by detecting the unvocalized words in their throat.
Does Google now know everything I do and everywhere I go? Because, let's face it, we like you guys, but you're from Google.
Just give him some water and let him take that.
Duggan predicted that young people would want to adopt the e-tattoo if it was made to look cool and was seen as a form of rebellion against their parents.
It may be true that 10 to 20-year-olds don't want to wear a watch on their wrist, but you can be sure that they'll be far more interested in wearing an electronic tattoo, if only to piss off their parents.
Duggan's role in developing such technology can be placed in a somewhat sinister context, given that she is the former director of the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, DARPA, an agency of the US Department of Defense, which many see as a pioneer of a dystopian Big Brother surveillance society. Google CEO Eric Schmidt even suggested earlier this year that the internet itself could one day disappear as an external concept, greasing the skids for the World Wide Web to exist inside people's brains. In December 2013, Google engineering director Scott Huffman also predicted that within 5 years, web users would have microphones attached to their ceilings and microchips embedded in their brains in order to perform quicker internet searches? Would you swallow an identification pill or have one embedded in your brain for greater password security and convenience? How could such technology be abused by governments and corporations? Let us know in the comments below. Check out the other videos, subscribe to the channel. I'm Paul Joseph Watson for Infowars.com.